Hi, my name is Nicole Freitas, and today I'll be presenting the catalog for Classic Barbers. For this catalog, I wanted to maintain the same design concept as I did for their advertisement campaign and brochure. So as you can see, if you can recognize from my other two previous projects, I did like a black and white picture. So here I did the very same thing. I did the picture, I made it into black and white. So I did those editing in Photoshop, and it's mostly focused on like a barber holding some scissors. We have the same font style for the Classic Barber's name, which is a Felix titling. Here for the call for action, which is a style design just for you. That was also incorporated in their advertisement campaign. That's in Pro Bold. And then in the back cover, we have the Contact Us is aligned to the center. I used the same icons I used in the brochure. The only difference in the brochure, I used little circles on each corner. Here I incorporate like a little square, which I created in InDesign, and I just switched up the corners to give it that little style. We have the blue outer stroke. I also kept most of the titles or headings inside the catalog with the same shade of blue, because that's the whole concept that I had going on since the very beginning. Something that will match like the style of the barbershop. Here in the middle we have the logo. Initially in my sketch I did have it on the corner, but I decided to also made it center so it will like read very nicely like in a vertical way. So yeah, that's for the cover and back cover. I also made the edition to be like summer 2026. So that's kind of like the issue date. So yeah, once you open it, you're greeted by the picture of some barbers inside a barbershop, and then we have the major locals. This is where it describes you or gives you like some insight about the barbershop, what they do, the services. So yeah, initially my idea was to have a group photo of the barbers, but some of the in-stock imaging you did have to pay, and it was kind of hard to find like a group picture like that to make it look like, oh, like everyone got together and took a picture, so everyone knows like who are the staff there. But I got something closer to like inside of a barber shop and having some barbers working on their clients. For the white space, I incorporated some circles, kind of similar to the ones that I incorporated on my brochure design. I don't know if you guys remember, I added in my pictures some circles on the outer part, and then added like a little blue stroke. So this is kind of similar to that, but the only difference, these ones are gradient, but they're following the same blue pattern and keeping that also color of the black background. So those are the two colors that are combined in the gradient effect that I had going on in the stroke of the circle. So I made those to complement like the negative space that I had going on in the page. On the next one we have the table of contents, and we have similar. We have the picture in a half circle and incorporated that blue stroke. For the table of contents, I did create this in InDesign, and all I had to do was create the little cells and rows, wrote down the information that I needed with the number, and then I went to some of the settings that could like give it a zero stroke to the shape of the table. So that's what I did here, and now each section is in its own line with the page number. So we have those. This I did create with the pen tool, and I changed the corners of the stroke. And the next one we have the what we offer. So you know, for the headings I did use the Pro Bold, and then for the body text I used the Baskerville Pro and regular. So yeah, we have like that little description. Initially I did say I wanted all the pages to be in the color white, but I decided to create more contrast in combining like some white pages with the black page you will see in the next one. But yeah, I incorporated a picture of a man with like so it's more like of a focal point, like the hairstyle. I try to have all my pictures be more like portrait style, something that you will see in like a magazine or salon magazine or catalog. So yeah, like I said here, I've decided to make the pages in black to make that like design style similar to the other two previous projects. So here, instead of like having the pictures be in a circular shape, they are square, but I incorporate that same design that I did for their background of the headings. So yeah, we have that going on with the blue stroke, the blue emphasizing the headings of each service. We have a tiny description and their pricings, and they're all in like, you know, kind of flowing way, in a symmetrical style, I would say. And the next one, we have the allergens and concerns. Here, instead of having like the pattern of 2 circles, I just made them on each corner of each different page. Then we have a picture of a man. I decided to have like a picture as if the person in the picture is like looking up at the description that we have going on. So the editing of this, I did do it on Photoshop, remove the background, so created those type of layers. So I did that one for the allergens and concern section. And then for our products, similar to what I did on the brochure, I did have a section in the middle of the brochure where it showed you the type of products that Classique Barbers use, which is the niche man. So this is a whole different image as well. I looked for the best images that I could find in the best quality that I could. Remove the backgrounds, created clip and mask, and for the backdrop or the drop shadow, I did this in InDesign. So it looks like as if the picture, like a light is hitting and it's reflecting on the right side of the picture, as if it's like a wall. I wanted to incorporate that because it looked kind of like it was just sitting there without a drop shadow. Then moving on, we have the lifestyle images. See, everything's like more like focused on the face. That's the focal because that's where we see the hair. We have like the hairstyle of this guy going on. We have like a curly type of like colored in hair. We have the slick back, and we have more of like texture type of hair. And then for the last pages, we have the what you should know section. I used some bold also in the typeface to emphasize certain points on the description. And they're kind of like have some type of spacing in between each other, so it's like it provides more of an easy readability to it. And the last page, similar to the brochure, I incorporated the same pictures of the staff. It also says our staff. We have the names, the usernames, and this time I did incorporate the social media icons. So we have that going on, and a little description of kind of like a reminder, like if you want to know more about their work, you can visit like their social medias, and any further questions, just to make sure to address them during their consultation. And yeah, that's about it. That's the catalog for Classique Barbers. I think it really matches the concept of the barber shop. It provides you all the information that you need. Visuals are visually pleasing, even if they saw something that they like here. Let's say, oh, I want to get like that type of hair. So yeah, that's about it. Thank you.